John McCain campaigned for years to repeal and replace Obamacare, for years, in Arizona, great state. I love the people of Arizona. But he campaigned for years for repeal and replace. So did Rob, so did a lot of senators. When he finally had the chance to do it, he voted against repeal and replace. He voted against at 2 o'clock in the morning. Remember, thumbs down. We said, what the hell happened? I endorsed him at his request, and I gave him the kind of funeral that he wanted, which as president, I had to approve. I don't care about this. I didn't get thank you. That's okay. We sent him on the way, but I wasn't a fan of John McCain. So now what we could say is, now we're all set. I don't think I have to answer that question, but the press keeps, what do you think of McCain? What do you think? Not my kind of guy, but some people like him, and I think that's great.
Trump keeping the John McCain feud alive, even when he's not. To be clear, this is Trump complaining that he never got a thank you for the lovely funeral for the late Arizona senator. I'm not sure he's ever going to get a thank you from John McCain. But Trump has also been hitting McCain on a near constant basis for his vote against repeal and replace, claiming that he promised to vote on repeal and replace before abruptly changing his mind. Only, of course, that's not what happened. In reality, McCain did campaign on repeal and replace, but that's not what his infamous thumbs down vote was for.
Mr. Peters.
Because that vote wasn't for repeal and replace, that vote was for what was called skinny repeal. Skinny repeal was a desperate solution thrown together by Republicans to kneecap Obamacare through a budget process known as reconciliation, which means it only needed a simple majority of 51 votes to pass. It wasn't even analyzed by the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office for its impact on the economy. And we're talking about something that takes up a fifth of our entire economy. The CBO did ultimately estimate its impact before the vote and found that it would leave 16 million fewer people insured over the next decade and raise premiums by about 20%. And it was opposed by doctors, medical organizations, and insurance groups around the country who warned that it would completely destabilize the healthcare system. It's a big hit to take just for a swipe at Obama. Skinny repeal might have repealed parts of Obamacare, like the individual mandate, the employer mandate, and the so-called Cadillac tax, but it didn't actually replace anything. And so while John McCain might have campaigned on repeal and replace, all Republicans had was a plan to repeal a bunch, disrupt the entire system, leave millions of Americans without healthcare, and make it more expensive for everyone else. And McCain was clear about that in the days and weeks leading up to the vote.
Why not do what we normally do? Have a bill before a committee, Lamar Alexander and Senator Patty Murray. Have amendments, have debate, come to the floor with a bill that we can all debate and amend. We're going to pass the defense bill probably tonight, and we will do it in an overwhelming budget basis. Why? Because we went through the regular process. So instead of trying to jam something through like a, quote, skinny repeal, let's do it in the normal process.
Have you had that conversation with Lindsey Graham?
Oh, yeah, sure I have, yeah. And I understand Senator Graham and Senator Cassidy and their desire to get this done. But I guarantee you, haven't we learned that bipartisanship, particularly when we're talking about 1/5 of our gross national product, healthcare, that it should be done on a bipartisan basis. And we have committees such as Senator Alexander and Senator Murray, where we could get that done.
So Trump can try until he's blue in the face to get people to believe his misleading claims about the late senator's healthcare vote, but he'd probably have a better chance at having McCain come back and thank him for his funeral.